What's going on YouTube? So last video we stripped down this second 12 valve Cummins for the cylinder head as a donor for the charger. So while that's out getting checked and done, I decided I'm going to remove a lot of components off of this engine so I can clean up the block and try to paint it in the truck. So I pulled the timing cover off, and the KDP wasn't actually done, so we're going to do that. I have just a Amazon one there. You can put a piece of flat tin in there, you can peen the case, you can do whatever you want really with that. So I got gaskets on the way for that. I'm going to do the tappet cover. I'm going to remove the injection pump and also the vacuum pump so I can do the tappet cover gasket. And I'm going to remove the automatic cooler over here because we're stick shift now, so we don't need that. And that'll clean up a lot of it. So I'm going to start at this and I'll be back. Alright, so we're getting ready to pull the pump. So your crank keyway would be straight up 12 o'clock. They wanted your pump keyway to be at 6 o'clock. So let's see if I can get down here. We have our pump locked. Now, top dead center, I can see it obviously, but our pump is locked down there. So on the injection pump itself, they want the keyway at 6 o'clock, but in order to lock your injection pump, right here there's a 10mm head bolt. So there's a flat washer tab on it, so what you do is you remove the tab, put the bolt back in without the tab to lock the pump. So we're going to do that. Alright, so our 10mm head bolt is back in, now it's tight, so our pump is now locked. It says in service manual to tie this tab up with a piece of wire somewhere so you don't forget it, which is a good idea. I just used a red zip tie. So they've been coming actually pretty handy for random stuff. These small ties, I've been just tying the fuel fittings everywhere so I don't get anything mixed up. Alright, so we're ready to pull the pump pretty much. I got one bolt left in it, so I'm going to remove that in a minute. But I want to go over this again. So they want your crank keyway at 12 o'clock, your pump keyway gear at 6 o'clock, our crank is locked with our push pin, and our VE pump is locked with the 10mm bolt. So my pump is on E, so you can mark it here and here with a marker if you like, and down at the crank, but you don't need to. And also I took a chisel and scribed my pump. It's a bit hard to see. Mine wasn't scribed from the factory, which I found a bit strange, so I scribed it with a chisel so I know exactly where to put it back to. Alright, there was pretty much no strain on this at all, and I left my nut and washer on there so it wouldn't fall right out. So I'll pull this gear off. There she be. Our keyway is actually in there pretty good. So I'll wrap a bit of tape around that and pull it all off together. Alright, so we cracked the nut off the pump and it's pretty much loose there now, ready to come off. There's also two bolts and a bracket down behind the vacuum pump that you'll have to remove. So I actually didn't have these in my engine, so obviously this has been off before, but it is what it is. We'll put some back there. It's nice to have a bit of support on the back of the pump. It's there for a reason. So pretty much ready to pull this off. Like so. We'll lay this here for now. So I just noticed on this VP it actually is a remanufactured pump from Mopar on it. It's too bad it wasn't a way I could find out the date that it was changed, but that explains why a couple bolts were missing out of the bracket. Alright, so I just want to make note, if you're in here and you have your timing cover off, it would be very wise to Loctite all of the timing case bolts, because I'm just after checking a couple here now. I'm going to check this one soon, but I could at least get a quarter turn on every one of these bolts. I believe they're only 18 foot-pounds, but still, it's going to cause a timing case leak over time, and this coming out would be the same thing as KDP. It doesn't matter. So it would be wise, Loctite all the timing case bolts you can get at, and go from there, because it's not an easy job. You gotta pull the cam out of it. It's not crazy, but cam has to come out, and you have to get some wooden rods to hold your tappets. So keep in mind that you might want to get some Loctite as well. Alright, so I got the vacuum pump pulled off, I got the starter pulled off, still got to pull the lip pump off, but I've been pretty much just trying to clean up this block before I pull the tappet cover off so I don't get no dirt down in the engine. It's painted with 1540, but it's clean block underneath, so I'm happy with that. I don't mind cleaning up stuff if it's good. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with the right side. I'm going to give it another scuff down with a scotch pad and degrease it one more time before I paint it. I got to do the front timing covers as well, but I put it back on just so no dirt gets in there. And I've been working on the passenger side of the block now, slowly degreasing it. I removed the cooler and the brackets for the air conditioning and the water outlet. This the only way really you're going to get in a very nook and cranny, and I know I won't be happy if I don't do it all. So yeah, it's coming along, literally with a toothbrush, wire wheel and a drill, lots of degreaser and patience. I'm pretty much been at this now for 5 or 6 days straight in the nights after work, cleaning it up, but I'll be happy with the outcome. What's up, YouTube? I've been ascending on this block pretty good. Used a wire wheel, a bit of Scotch-Brite pad, and just a bit of manual labor in the evenings after work. So I'm actually priming it right now. I'm going to take the timing cover off after and do that, but I want to leave it on so they get no primer in the gear cases. So this is first coat of Duplicolor primer. I think we're going to go with the new Ford Gray on this one. So kind of excited to see that. Degreased it really good. Scrubbed it. I'll try and put a couple pictures in. Alright, it may not look too much different, but it does in person. This is the second coat now of new Ford Gray by Duplicolor. I just wanted a color that I could see any leaks with. Black is very hard to determine where a leak is coming from, so hopefully this new Ford Gray will help it out, and I think it looks pretty good. It'll go with the gray on the body as well. So alright, it's the next evening. I got all the tape pulled off. Everything's cured up really nice. So this evening I went around the bell housing with a bit of black paint and a brush, just touched up a few spots just to clean it up, dress it up a little bit. So pretty much now we're going to get ready for assembly soon. Tonight I pretty much am just cleaning up here, getting everything ready. I have a box done up over here with all the parts I want to pressure wash. I'm just going to take this to a local car wash and use the hot pressure washer, clean it up. So we have our front cover, tappet cover, intake plate. This is actually off of the engine we scrapped. This one's in better condition. A few brackets and stuff, and we'll clean it up and paint it. Got some gaskets today, front timing cover gasket and wear sleeve, our tappet cover gasket, and also we already had this head gasket set, but we'll be using this. I ran this brand on my second gen Dodge and didn't have any problems with leaks after, so I'm going to continue doing that. It seemed to work fine for me. The machine shop also gave me a rear coolant bypass. This is off of a industrial or agricultural marine Cummins. He said it came off of a boat engine. So what you'll do is you'll punch out your rear frost plug and put this in place, and what it does, it takes the heat and coolant that sits in number 6 and you'll be able to put it back into the radiator to cool down again. A lot of people plumb these out wrong, so we're going to do it right, and I'll do a small video showing how to do that. I see people tying them into the lower water neck down here and even right here, and pretty much what you're doing is you're putting the hot coolant from 6 back into the block again. It's not even getting cooled. So I'll do a small video on that and how we're going to plumb this out. So that's pretty much it for tonight. So this weekend, tomorrow's Friday, I'm going to get a lot of this stuff ready to go and hopefully start putting this together on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll put our tablet cover on, our fuel injection pump. I'm going to leave the vacuum pump off for now because I have some plans for that. And hopefully we get our head gasket and cylinder head back on. I still got to actually get 2 gaskets. I need to get a VE pump gasket and a oil cooler gasket. So I'm going to track that down within the next couple of days, and we'll be back putting this together, hopefully.